You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. Would you believe it? Episode 399. And now we're going to go back and talk a little bit more Spawn, because we have an amazing cover artist here. He's an illustrator. He's killing the game with some dope art. Wait till you see what I got over here. I got a dope PowerPoint to illustrate the madness of his skills over here. This future star, this super future legend, KIBAR. Hey, how you doing?
Very good, thank you. And you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for coming on and hanging out with me today to talk about that artistry of yours, and also like the dope covers you have coming, through the Spawn universe. I mean, a wonderful opportunity with Todd, I imagine, and we got to get into that because I've been seeing some of your art. I'm like, whoa, this guy, where you been, bro? Man, you new in this? What's going on? Like, we're about to learn all that right now. So keep on this. Like, can you tell me where you originally from, and what was the first thing in pop culture in general that you ever fell in love with?
Well, I'm definitely a child of the Sunday cartoons. Especially in France, we had this third channel where we had the animated series of Batman broadcasted, and the Superman cartoon of the 90s broadcasted, and the Spider-Man one. And I was just a fan at 3 years old. I was just basically a fan. And I started very early to replicate, to draw what I saw on TV. And then I had another job for a while. And then when I was about 18, I went back to drawing, thanks to Man of Steel and the Avengers movies. And so I started to do some conventions, basically, to do some fun art and to launch an Instagram account. But it was just a...
How did you even jump into conventions? Hold on. How did you jump into conventions? You knew how to do all this in advance, How did you even know how to dive in?
Well, actually, the first
thing... You just messed me up because you said Sunday cartoons. In the United States, it's Saturday morning, cartoons. So you guys, Sunday was in France, really?
Yeah, maybe I should have started with that. I'm French. So in France, we have the cartoons on Sunday morning. Also, every morning, but on Sunday morning, it was DC. It was Batman and Superman.
That was the D-Day, all right.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I started this Instagram account. It was just a hobby. And at some point, someone told me, you could have a table in a comic conventions. And I didn't know we had Comic-Con in Paris. By the way, it's coming back this year, so I'm very grateful for the people who are organizing that, because Comic-Con is back in France this year. Anyway, I had my first table. It was fan art. The Instagram was fan art. And at some point, some American clients came to me, and then it speeded up the whole thing. And at some point, Todd McFarlane came in my private messages, and then it was just a dream.
All right. So where did you get then, your style, like your early inspiration? Because you say cartoons, but wow, it definitely doesn't look animated. Like where do you draw the inspiration from?
Well, this is maybe something basic, but Alex Strauss is one of my influences. And because I'm not a painter, I have also other influences. Gabriel Delotto, which maybe, of course, you must know, is one of my influences. The great John Romita, father and son, are big influences. And many other people, like a modern artist, like Julian Totino Tedesco is one of my influences too. Basically, everything I find pretty epic, stylized, all this kind of thing is influencing me.
Okay, all right. So how do you get into the headspace of creation then? Like, what's your vibe like when you want to get, all right, this is the mission today? Because I'm going to start bringing up some art. And because you're varied in style. I mean, and that's your piece right here. We're gonna see the full piece on that, which is beautiful for Big Spawn. I mean, look at this, yo, folks. Jesus. Woo! I mean, where were you? Jeez, look at the style. You see Moss, Gabriel de Oro. Where I see it, bro. Jesus, bro.
Well, I know people when they look at my stuff, they say, "Wow, the light, the lightning. You're obsessed with light and colors," and I am actually. I'm basically starting with, as everyone does, which is a rough sketch of anatomy, of human anatomy, or a face, and then I try to imagine what kind of mood do I want. Do I want something in the orange red palette? Do I something more in the blue, something in the red? When I started Spawn, I knew that I wanted something between green and blue, because that was the type of green I like very much. And I know that, by the way, Todd prefers a more yellowish green. But anyway, so I try to find the color mood, and then I put some lightning like this. So I'm saying, okay, maybe the light comes from the bottom, it comes from above, and there is definitely a language, how to speak with light. If I put the light like this, you're gonna say, oh, you're kind of the butler of the haunted manor. And if I put it like this is more tragic. I don't know. So
I see it here though. I see it in this piece where you're bringing the light from the bottom, I suppose, right?
Yeah, this is more a horror type of heroism.
And then look at this fire.
Yeah, this is a commission from a client who I like very much, by the way. He's called Jan. And yeah, this guy asked me, he said, well, this actor, Daniel Kaluuya, he's an actor I would definitely see playing Superman. So would you put him in the costume and get inspiration from this comic book panel? So he asked me that. And then he had some notes, but at the end, it was the result.
That was really cool. I mean, look at this. Holy shit, yo.
Yeah, Henry Cavill.
Yeah, but the way you did this is insane. But
this is a direct tribute, to the Alex Ross artwork. Of course, I didn't wrote it down, but you can see it obviously.
Oh, how sick is this?
Well, this is a very basic composition. Halfway in, halfway out.
Yeah.
And in two parts. And I knew it was originally for Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and many people see him in a next hypothetical opus having the symbiote costume. So at the beginning, I drew Andrew Garfield, and then there was the PS5 game who came out, and I said, well, you just have to transform your artwork. So I did, and it turned out that way.
Yeah, I mean, this is a gorgeous piece right there. I mean, and look at this. Hey.
This is one of my favorite, actually, because you definitely have a color mood, and the color mood is the, how do they call that? The golden hour. This is the sunset.
Yes.
And I knew that there was going to be some kind of return before the movie came out, some kind of return of all villains and maybe all heroes. So I thought we definitely, because this is historical, we have to put the three together and some dynamic composition, and I'll figure out. So I started the rough sketch, put this whole sunset color mood, and I'm kind of happy how it turned out.
Oh man, this is gorgeous, and I put it so you must have came out of that Spider-Man movie super excited and got this done, right?
Thanks very much.
Gorgeous. All right. And then look at this. Talk about this, because when I saw this, I was like, yo. And I like your question. Is this Ben Affleck or the Dark Knight? I mean, which one?
I don't know, but I know that I like to work on black paper because this is kind of magic. You just put some white pencils, and then somehow the drawing just appears by itself. And at that point, I just had the light in my mind, but I didn't know what I was exactly gonna draw. And then I started to draw something that looks like The Dark Knight Returns. and then putting on the beard and the chin, it looked like Ben Affleck in a different kind of cowl, because he has a narrow space in here, so it's wider. But yeah, at the end, the client was just happy with it, so I was happy.
This is the KIBAR Batman. Let's get it done. DC, you seeing this? You better hire, homie. Look at this. Oh, yeah, yo. And then I saw this. It blew my mind. I said, "What? This is fire, bro."
That's when they announced that Michael Keaton was going to come back for the Flash, and I thought that the next step, if it would work well, was to put him in a Batman Beyond. I didn't invented anything. Many people imagine that.
Of course.
But this is the pleasure with fan art. You can imagine anything. So putting him in Batman Beyond is kind of fantasy to many people.
Yeah, because this is like super sick. I saw it, I fell in love. I said, damn, I need this. I need to print something. This is so higher. All right. And then I got talking to the baby you working on. Now that that we're gonna start seeing a whole bunch of stuff, and that's coming up, folks. But look at this, Seth. But you said Todd McFarlane slid into your DMs for this opportunity. Now, talk about that. Did you believe it at first? Yeah, when it happened.
I'm sorry. Can I get this one? I didn't understand.
When Todd McFarlane slid into your DMs.
Oh, yeah.
Did you believe it was real? Did you believe it was? Did you think somebody was trying to scam you at first? Did you think it was real, or you knew like, oh shit, this is really Todd?
Yeah, at the beginning, I thought that I didn't thought it was fake, but I thought that maybe him and his team were writing to artists just to know who they are and maybe if they were available. But I didn't thought it would, make something really concrete.
Yeah.
Make something real. And then we said, well, let's have a Skype conversation in 3 days. And 3 days later, I was with Todd McFarlane and his lovely assistant, Thomas Seeley, on Skype. And we had a conversation for an hour. It was just surreal because I saw Todd on documentaries and videos when I was a kid. So talking to him was...
Yeah, holy shit, I'm talking to the Todd father.
Yeah, definitely. And many people told me, well, for a start, that's a good start. And they asked me, what do you want to do? So I said, well, I'm doing fan covers right now. So I think cover work is the best. And then I sent, in 24 hours later, I sent 6 rough sketches or 9 rough sketches. And then I had no news for a month and a half. So I thought, man, you screwed up. You your messages and you screwed up. And then they answered and they told me, okay, this one and this one, we're good. So I started to draw the first one. In a week, I finished the first cover, and then no news for a month and a half. And then one of my friends called Guy, who also does covers for Marvel, he told me, there's a New York Comic Con coming, so we should take plane tickets and go to New York Comic Con. So we went, and there was Todd at the convention. So I went to see Todd. He recognized me, which surprised me actually. And he signed this version of the cover, of the first cover of Spawn. And then he told me we should continue to work together. So it's the second cover who was published in July, and I hope that other covers will be published this year.
Well, I'm sure. Look at this thing. People about to go nuts, man. Look at this. This is fire. I need one of these, bro. We're gonna talk about what cons you're gonna be at later, because I need one of your. Look at this, yo. Look at the madness behind that. What? That's Spawn, boy.
This is the madness of black paper, not the madness of KIBAR.
Yo, bro. but you, jeez, bro. That see, man, look, Madness Comic Network agrees that this looks bomb. Oh no, wait till you see this. This is what it is. Wepa. That's right. This is what he got going. I mean, look at this. The flat colors final artwork. How beautiful. Flat and final.
Yeah. Actually, my process.
Green though. Jeez, what a difference.
Actually, my process is not that simple. It looks simple on social media because I put the flat colors version and the final artwork, but the process is more of a mess. Like, I do this rough sketch, those rough lines, and then I put some colors and lighting, but it's not definitive. And then over that rough painted version, I do the lines. You know, the black lines you can see. And then when the lines are clean, then I go back to lightning process and rendering process, etc. So that's the simple version, the social media version, but the process behind is kind of a mess.
I got you. It ain't easy as it looks, kiddo. That's for sure.
That was my first cover.
Oh, and then
340, Spawn 340.
Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous, folks? What? And I believe because I do multiple covers on Spawn. Yes, I'm one of those that do that because I'm a fan. That's why I'm not selling my shit like that yet. I love the multiple covers because it's just sometimes some of the takes, man. Look at this take on our
Actually,
book.
there's a little story behind that about the color mood. You know,
Yeah.
So blue and orange are complementary colors, and this is appealing to the eye. This is kind of, those are art rules, you know, if you believe in them or not. And so I thought that on Spawn, you know, because Spawn is black and red, you could cheat a little bit with those colors and get something like that with the blue and orange if you cheat a little bit. So I sent this one, and of course Todd came to me and said, very good, KIBAR, nice first work, just 2 notes. One, the building is kind of empty, so I added some details after that. And also, Spawn has no orange cape. He has a red cape, so it has to be red. So I did this version behind me, which is more red, less orange. Okay. And I sent it to him, and they said, perfect. And few months later, I saw the version that they were going to publish, and it was the orange version, so not the edited version. And my theory is that they picked the wrong Dropbox file. So they published that one, and at the end, I'm happy about it because I like this version.
Yeah, I think it absolutely works. But I do understand as a fan, yeah. But I get it because even now Batman, you know, they say that sometimes it was black, but sometimes you see it in that grayish shade, and it looks so cool. You know what I mean? So I'm good, yo. I'm digging this piece here. Hell yeah! And there goes the cover right there, full of you know how beautiful is that? And folks, of course, you know you don't need if you don't want to get it with the logo, you want it clean. You could get a nice clean one. Look at that, yo. And I'm definitely should have this because I don't really get all the Virgin covers like this. So,
but there's also a story behind that. So I sent this one. The rough sketch was just a pose, but there was no church elements. And then I found this background at the very late stage of the process. So I sent the artwork. They said, awesome, in 30 minutes. And a few months later, I saw Tommy Seeley, the assistant of Tom McFarlane, who's, I believe, editor-in-chief on Spawn. Maybe I'm saying something wrong. Anyway. And yeah, he said that 3 other artists in the same month drew Spawn in a church. So they decided, without saying anything to each other, so he decided to publish the 4 church covers at the same time and get a Virgin edition for everyone, which is awesome because there's like this collection of 4 covers in a church without anyone speaking to each other.
This is funny. That is, and it is dope because again, it is fire. Something that you want to hang up on your wall. I mean, there goes KIBAR right here. Now we're talking about. You mentioned cons, man. All right, unfortunately, look, you can find Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. All the links are below, and I've been showing them also. You better get them done. All right. And KIBAR, that's for listeners, that's KIBAR. All right.
Exactly.
And on Instagram is .art. The only one that's not .art is X Twitter, which is _art. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, the links are below. We make your life easy over here at Comic Crusaders Podcast. Now, talk about them cons, man, because I need to get one of those charcoal joints that you working on, man, with the white paper. I mean, the black paper with the white egg. I mean, I need one of those on my wall. So when you come into where you at now? You back home in France? You in the States? Where you at?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm still living in France, in Paris, in the suburbs of Paris, and we do have cons in France, but it's more like manga cons, and we have a few comic cons, and thanks to Spawn and the Spawn community, I came to the US for my first con. It was called SpawnCon. It was year one. It was in October, and it was awesome. I mean, the community is absolutely lovely. The people are so, so nice. It was in Denver, Colorado. And thank you again to the people of SpawnCon because it was absolutely a blast. So I did my first convention in the US in October. I hope to do more, but I'm applying and people have to answer to me, but I would love to do more cons in the US. And I did also in Belgium. I'm planning to do maybe in the UK. But again, I'm applying and I'm waiting for answers of the people. And also, if people want commissions, they can send me a message on Instagram or on social media like X or Facebook, etc. So I'm very grateful to the American clients, the American people, and the international people. I know there are some people from South America also that write me that like my art. So I'm very blessed by that, and I hope to meet the maximum amount of people possible.
So it's, you get an opportunity like this with Todd out here from the States. I mean, how the opportunities looking now with French publishers? The outlook looking a little bit better over there?
Well, yeah, there are some French publishers, some French people who do comics also. So I have this guy doing a comic called Fusion Man who asked for a cover. So yeah, I'm working on that. But I like my American superheroes also. So the one of my dream was to draw on Spawn, and it's done, and I'm keep doing it because the team is absolutely lovely and passionate and friendly, and I hope to do more American superheroes in the future.
Oh man, I'm digging it, man. I can't wait. So you said that was one of your dreams. Let's manifest for 2024. If you had a chance to draw another character, and to be approached, and you want to see on a cover all over the world, what character would it be?
Well, again, Spawn is absolutely a blast, and it has all these elements I was dreaming of when I was watching the cartoon as a kid. There's some of Batman in it, there's some of Spider-Man or Venom. This is kind of a mixed up thing. Anyway, I'm a big Superman fan, so I would lie if I told you that I wouldn't want to do that. I would absolutely love to do a Superman cover, a Spider-Man one too. He's kind of all my teenage era. And Batman and the Hulk, I was a big fan of the Hulk and Daredevil. I'm not a very, this is not unconventional. Those are not unconventional choices, but those are mine. They are my childhood heroes. So if I can do that, I would absolutely love to.
Awesome. I still have that Spawn cartoon on VHS.
Exactly. It was very good. It really looked like the Batman animated show in the 90s.
Oh yeah, man, it was dark on HBO. I got them on cassette still. Again, man, now you're gonna maybe want to watch that yet again. Thank you. I think you've inspired some more viewing for me because there's nothing else to watch on TV while we wait for stuff to come back from the strike. Yeah, it's a little quiet. We got what the new Echo show, so let's see how that goes. I'm peeping it now. All right, so outside of the Spawn universe, any other covers that you said? You said Fusion Man. Anything else you're working on that you could chit chat about, or any gossip you could give us about the Spawn universe? Like any unique characters you're going to be drawing on any covers coming up?
To be honest, I sent a message to Thomas Healy to ask him what I can talk about, and he told me, well, what you want, you can talk about what you want. There was no specific role, but what I can tell you is that I sent other Spawn covers that I'm really, really proud of. I think it's the continuity, and it's getting more and more epic and dark in my new covers, so I hope they get published very soon. There's also this new comic. I don't know if you've heard about Rat City. It's kind of a Spawn 2099 in this type of mood. So I'm working on something about that. I hope they liked it. And more covers for Spawn, more conventions, more commissions for clients that I have to finish. And for now, that's all I can talk about.
Excellent. Yeah, that Rat City look cool. That manga since you mentioned that, so I'm looking forward to that. And I love the way you just said that. Spawn 2099. Like,
I think that's the mood.
Yeah, it is though, but but not many people kind of say it like that. So it's like, you know what? That's actually a great way to describe it, and it's gonna be a fun book for sure. I mean, again, it's like 10 new titles. Because right now we can only have 4. So fans, hopefully he keeps at the $2.99 mark, and you can get all the titles and all the covers, all the KIBAR covers. Make sure you get those. All right. I know I'm being biased maybe, but I think, dude, you definitely do a fantastic job as a Spawn fan. Thank you as a comic fan. Thank you for just being bold and brave enough to share your talent with us in the world, man. I wish you nothing but success. So and I better see you at least at New York Comic Con because I am on the East Coast. So and then we hang out, get my autograph, and I need a dope piece right there. All right, commissioned.
All right? Thank you very much. Thank you.
And folks, again, I've been showing it off. The links are below. The links are in the notes. Make sure to follow this amazing artist. As you saw the artwork. If you didn't, then you better, folks. Let's rewind. Those that are listening, I suggest you go to YouTube and then go through this and see that beautiful artwork I just showed off. Because this homie got big things coming our way. I'm telling you, folks. And you heard him over DC. Let's manifest. You heard him. All right, he's out there. Fort Hire in France. He's just waiting. Let's go. Spend that money, baby. Get some good work going. Let's make it happen. And with that, I'm Al Mega. It's KIBAR. Hasta la próxima.
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.